What's up, guys? This video has been a long time coming. This is a harder video for me to film, to be honest. I'm not very good about talking about my feelings. Maybe I should write a blog post about it, but if y'all can just bear with me, I'm gonna try to articulate the way I'm feeling and what's been happening and going on, but just bear with me. Some of it might not make sense. So for those of y'all that have been following, you know that I was buying a house in Austin, Texas, where I've lived since I went to school, and I've really loved that city. After I graduated from college, I decided to do YouTube, blogging, all of this full time. So for me personally, that doesn't look like just doing YouTube. I wish it did, but I wouldn't be able to financially support myself if I just did YouTube. So I have a lot of different, types of content that I create on a lot of different platforms, and so all of that together kind of helps me do it full time. So when I graduated, I was staying in Austin, but in order to do what I do, you kind of have to live by yourself or with other YouTubers. Unfortunately, there were no other girls that I could live with that were content creators whenever I graduated, so I was living by myself in an apartment, which is probably one of the worst things that you can do. I think that it's not that healthy to live by yourself, especially right out of college, because nobody ever tells you that that first year out of school is actually really difficult. So I was living by myself, and I decided that I wanted to start saving for a house because I felt like if I had a bigger space, that would make things a lot easier. Plus, it had been a goal of mine since I was a little girl, because everyone had always encouraged me to marry a man in order to get what I wanted, and I was just so against that. So I started saving for a house. I found one. It was amazing, and I ended up putting an offer on it, and everything was going the way I planned. I was supposed to close on the house on January 30th, and on the 27th, I called the lender and my realtor and told them that I was gonna back out. Even though I had already filmed all these videos, I had a whole storage unit full of furniture. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but I did it. And so I don't think I've told anyone that, besides my friends and family, like close friends and family. So I want to tell y'all why I did that and how I made that decision. So I remember going into the house and one day just praying and saying, okay, Lord, if this is not part of your will, like, I love this house so much, it's so perfect, and it's like everything I've worked for. So if this isn't what you want from me, like, you literally, God, I'm asking you, you need to make something happen that's gonna pull me away from this house, because I don't think I'm strong enough to like listen to you, because this is so glamorous and everything I ever wanted. And so I was like, I really need you to take care of me like that. So time went by, months. And one day I filmed with my friend Janine, and she said that she was moving to Dallas after she graduated and was looking for a roommate. And I kind of was like, oh man, that would be cool. If I could live with another girl who loves Jesus and loves YouTube, how awesome could that be? Oh, but I'm buying a house, so never mind. Kind of pushed it to the back of my mind. Then the next day, Jordan talked to me and he was like, hey, are you sure buying this house is the smartest decision? Like, do you think that you're kind of enabling yourself to become more independent and not dependent on the Lord, and like growing your relationship with him and community and friends? And I was like, it kind of hit me really deep, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. So I started thinking more about moving to Dallas and giving up the house since I hadn't closed on it, but I didn't want to. I wanted that house so badly. So I mean, I spent a lot of days in prayer and was so confused. So when I one day went to go visit the house in Dallas that Janine was going to be moving into with another girl named Brighton, I remember I got in the closet and I just started praying, and I was like, God, I don't know what to do. And I closed my eyes, and I felt like God was telling me that I wasn't supposed to buy the house. And the reason why is because he was saving me from a life of loneliness. And he wanted me to challenge myself and put myself in these different situations living with these girls so that I could have community again, and he wanted to be able to use other people to love me. And I was like, well, shoot, that sounds pretty awesome. It was actually very overwhelming. I was crying and I was like, okay, like I know what I'm gonna do now. So that phone call to my lender was probably one of the most difficult phone calls, because this house was just everything I ever desired. Camera just died, so Janine let me borrow a battery, another perk of living with YouTubers. But I think I was saying that the house was everything my heart desired, and I was getting everything that I wanted, that like Dani Austin had dreamt of for years. And it feels good, but it also felt empty. Sometimes when I get into these ruts where I am just kind of living selfishly and I'm making all these decisions because they're going to satisfy Dani, I have to take a step back and kind of check myself. And one of the ways that I was able to do that is by being obedient and doing things I didn't want to do, even though they made me even more uncomfortable than I already was. And it's been really cool to see God work in my life that way, and to see the fruits of obedience. Just like, I mean, now I live with two amazing girls, and that's something I wouldn't have had if I was selfish and just moved into the house and had this glamorous lifestyle that I always wanted. Those things are cool, but they're not going to fill me up like a relationship with God can. So yeah, I backed out of the house, and it's still, don't get me wrong, it still kind of hurts when I think about it, and I try not to think about it because God is so much bigger than my own desires. And that house, like, I feel so thankful that he did take care of me the way that he did, but it's still a hard decision, and every single ounce of my flesh wants a house, and it's something I really desire. But I'm just so thankful that the Lord is looking out for me, and he's like, hey, I know what you want, but like, I want to be your ultimate provider. I want to be the one who gets you like giddy and excited. I don't want a house to come between us. And I felt like that's what the Lord was saying to me this year. So here I am, and I feel like 2017 is a good year. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this more like intimate sit down type of video. If there's any other types of videos you want that are more like this, then let me know. I am starting a new series, and I'm telling y'all now so that I actually do it, but I'm starting a series about things that I wish an older sister would have taught me. So I don't know exactly what I'm taught it, what I'm going to title it. Probably things I wish a sister would have taught me. But if there's any topics like that y'all want me to cover, then I already have like 10 ideas, but I want to hear what y'all have to say. So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you later. Bye.